In this finals of today's weekly cup, it's Rom's not going to jail on the blue side with a lot of warriors, which is going to be very confusing on the map against Daredevils, right? Yeah, Daredevils.
Indeed. So, oh wait, are we going to see actually the stances have been taken out completely? So we're back to full-on Shoutbow Warrior action over on the blue team. We are going to see over on the quarry at the moment, Pump Rump just trying to bunker down on that point, and one more tick and Rom's not going to have much of a choice but to bail there, unfortunately. Abs is going to try and take him out quite quickly so that they can indeed get that point. We are going to see someone else moving actually over onto that point now as well, as Lady Asura joins Rom, but they are going to get the cap there as well, and actually fully successful. Abs can actually cleave on the node now for a little bit of time. Zeraldo is going to come back as well with some burst, and we are going to see Tage dropping into the point as well. Very odd to see Tage not even playing a Guardian for once. And I know he's played a couple of different things from time to time, but that's very odd to not see him on a Guardian.
Yeah, so the thing that kind of went wrong for Rom's not going to jail is that they did not have equal matchups on all points. They did a 3-point split, which was kind of to be expected with such a sustain comp. Oh, the Stomp on Lotus are actually going down before Tage can come in with the battle standard. And the problem is, for one, a warrior can't banner himself, so he's pretty much screwed if he dies on his own. And you want the equal team fights. You want these small, long, drawn-out team fights, because you're not going to burst anything with +1ing in a mid fight.
It's true. I mean, we've got Tage over here who's doing a good job at the beginning, was trying to actually just line of sight, but just kiting Alucard just around the midpoint, and then getting his nice burst combination off with that sword, of course, through that field to make sure he gets that fire shield as well to grab some extra might when he can. But you know, there's no one's going to win that anytime soon. Pump Rom going down, as well as Zeraldo over here on the quarry node actually at the moment, as Rom does that nice dodge jump away, and Lord Asura is going to pick up that node as soon as those guys have been bled
good
out.
move. Good move from Lady Asura now to just stay with them. The points aren't that important. They need to keep those two down people to safely be able to +1 a fight and really have the time for it. Abs also going down. Of course, Thief, one of the targets that can go down easily.
Easy res though, I mean, because, you know, they've not got much pressure on that body when it goes down. You know, you're relying solely on a lot of burst, a lot of AoE cleave as well, and they can offer that cleave up, but they can't offer really hardly any burst whatsoever. We're actually going to see Bomber has run that Thumper turret as well, so we're just going to jump into his build and just see exactly what he's running. If he's running for the full-on turrets, he's gone for Sentinel as well as Melandru, very tanky as well. He's going for the turrets. They have been nerfed, and against these warriors, they're not going to last very long because they're doing a ton of burning damage. And yeah, as you can see, the turret nerf is real. Those turrets taken down very quickly.
Yeah, plant a turret down. No, just burn them.
It's good to get the domes though. You know, we've got a lot of longbows on this. They're going against a lot of longbows at the moment, so they're pretty good to avoid those projectiles. But in the end, they still die very, very quickly. So they're almost dying as soon as those domes get used actually. So primarily, that's almost what they've been used for as well. So Thumper turret being used for that nice knockback, and then he's got that flamethrower as well, which has got some nice CC. So very tanky. Maybe he can, you know, he can do a lot of CC as the DPS teams can come in and actually get that damage off, which unfortunately not able to do. These games are going to go probably the full time, in all honesty, as we hit 50 points and we are almost 5 minutes in.
Now, this is actually really funny to see, because I'm
glad you think so.
you have Romus going to jail, who is trying to keep the equal fights, meaning as soon as Abs disengages from that quarter point, we need to have Lady Asura on that midpoint to make it a 3v3. Otherwise, they're gonna have a problem. But if Abs then jumps over to the quarry again, he can just try and outrun him. So now would be kind of the situation. Give up on the kill, that's not going to happen. Abs should have gone out of there. He managed to get 3 people over there. He should have taken the advantage trying to get the decap on mid, because now this is kind of snowballing out of control. We have the death of Abs, now Typhoon is going over, and that's a good move.
Yeah, we did see the wall banner coming out there. Unfortunately, Abs is not going to be raised, and Rom is going to escape here over towards the waterfall, but it's really more line of sight to make sure he's not going to be taken down here. Zeraldo is jumping on the correct target, the lowest target that he can find in this map at the moment. Rom should go down here, although he's doing a fantastic job actually just bailing here, line of sighting, and then kiting back over towards the midpoint to get some support maybe from the rest of his team, as we see Lordisar and Tage coming in there as well. But we have seen the down of Alucard coming out as well, and Rom should be okay. Oh, we're going to see Abs coming in for the extra DPS there as he gets that nice steal off. Good job.
There's so many banners. It's just not gonna happen. Rom can even just graveyard jump apparently and get away with that. Rom, of course, the one in this team who actually mains the class he's on right now.
Yeah, the only one, but the rest of the guys doing quite a good job as well. Pump Rump doing a nice knockback there and static field combination, which keeps Amsterdam off point and keeps the waterfall fight alive for him. Needs some backup as well to try and get some damage over in this point in this 2v2 would be quite nice. We have seen Bomber actually coming over towards the quarry, doing some nice CC with that Thumper turret there, as well as the other turrets that are coming out as well from him. I'm going to jump into his perspective, as we've seen he's also used that supply crate, which is the remaining turrets. All the turrets gone. Wow, that really is crazy. And going over towards mid, Alucard trying to hold that solo at the moment. Red team with the 1 cap. Now the benefit for the blue team here, of course, sorry, for the red team, is that if they do get significantly closer, they could at the last moment go and burst the Lord and get that kill. That's a potential idea they could do. They're really still in range of that. They're only 50 points behind.
A Lord rush would be interesting. So we have just seen actually a 2v1, which in theory would be a bad idea on the midpoint, but in this case it was actually good because Rom's not going to J had the pressure of, okay, 1 cap is going over to red, we don't really have knockbacks or anything to get that back, we don't really kill anything fast, so we need to pick up the point. So they try to 2v1 pressure somebody off the point, which they actually managed to do, equalizing the points now keeping them in the lead fairly safely as well. Lordisar now in mid, Abs might try and get a burst, but he actually engages on half HP. Firmi comes out, and I think the support might come early enough. Pump Run. Everyone's running around at such low HP. This is ridiculous.
They can sustain so long on the point that when they get a kill, Rom's not going to jail at the moment, they can move easily around the map. They don't need that massive amount of mobility. But the thing is, they've got some mobility. They've got that sword number 2. They've got the Warhorn as well. And, you know, it's not too bad. They're able to get the support when they need it. Because anytime they're with someone else, they've got support. It's kind of ridiculous like that. And as you got the free cap coming out across the map, it's going to be extremely difficult.
It's just going to stay that way. I mean,
yeah,
maybe 5-man rush on something, but they need to kind of make it that Rom is not expecting it. Rom's not going to J is not expecting it, because otherwise a 5-man answer would just result in pretty much the same thing. Ridiculous support, not really the ability to down anyone, and if you down someone, you have 1 of 5 rest banners at your disposal.
I mean, if I'm honest, I mean, the situation I'd probably like to get in is have that the kind of turret NG, we're going to call him obviously, get the turret NG in one of the high DPS, like 1v1 situation, have the NG there, get the single target, get the DPS in there, so while the CC comes off, I mean, you know how effective those knockbacks are in combination with a thief. Get a thief in there or a DPS guardian and try and chain up that CC and just lock him down. And with that executioner as well, you know, you could do a ton of damage, but that matchup hasn't really happened for the red team. We've not really seen Abs come to the rescue for Bomber and try and get these kills, because I think that would be a really good option if he could +1 that, and they could get those kills quite quickly.
And then they really need to pay attention to rub the banner, and that is exactly what happened now in over on the quarry, which might be a first kind of glimpse at a hope of a comeback here, but Lady Asura can just sustain for so long, is mobilized off point, is trying to really play with the cap here, getting the Fermi off, gaining a bit of a cap back, but 3 caps still standing, and now they're really gaining up momentum. Cap is lost, but still 2 cap, 350 almost approach. I mean, we're not going to see a Lord rush, but
so many conditions coming out from these guys. I mean, the reason, I mean, Bomber can't play, you know, in the last game we saw the condition the full condition engineer, there, you know, he would have done nothing in this game. Absolutely nothing. There is no point in playing any conditions versus this team. Literally none.
Yeah.
I mean, they just need full-on burst damage.
Conditions is taken out of the game. To be honest, the 4 DPS comp from earlier might actually work a bit better against this.
Oh god, yeah. The full-on damage, full-on direct damage would work, but unfortunately, you know, they've not really got. They've got 2 guys running it out, then they've got the CC. They really need to team up with that. And Bomber, you know, is still trying over on the waterfall. He's in that situation where Roms is getting kind of knocked about a bit, and mid being fully decapped now, as well as Quarry jumping back over to their pump rump is doing. They're still doing an okay job here, but they're still quite low. You know, they're not able to sustain as well. You know, they've got 3 members over here, so they're doing okay. But where are they +1ing? Now, there we go. Abs comes over towards the Bomber, and let's see how quickly this works out for them. Let's jump into. Now, it's going to be tough because normally that's actually Rom as well, you know. So, like we said, he's the main guy who plays this build. But if he gets CC'd up now, he should be quite relatively easy to kill. Look at the difference now. This is something that they could have utilised quite a long time ago. And they need to keep the focus up on him and get the CC. Rom's doing a good job, though, just as Amsterdam comes in for the rescue there. So, a good job from him. He heard the call. And he's probably going to go down himself, talking about Abs at the moment, as he has to get into that Shadow Refuge to distance himself and actually get some regeneration here.
To be honest, even in a 2v1 situation, Amsterdam really had some time for reacting. That call has to come out. Okay, I'm in the 2v1. You need to get here sometime in the next 2 minutes.
People are asking. I just had a quick look at chat. I mean, this game is pretty much over as it is. There's 3 minutes left.
It was over with the first as soon as the 3 cap stands. Because
yes.
What are you gonna do? You need to have the drawn out small fights, because if you team fight a 5v5 or 4v5, you are just never gonna be able to effectively interrupt 4 res banners or 3.
No, you can't. Oh,
not really even 2.
You need to be like really on your calls with that one.
Ridiculously coordinated with everyone really picking a target beforehand, before that actually happens. And in these drawn out team fights, if the caps stand, then you're gonna have a problem in 2v2s. Because that is gonna stand for, I don't know, at least a minute, if not 2 or 3. And we've seen that just ramp up the lead. And we might actually be a game where there's a 400 point difference, not going to 500 points, and that's kind of a ridiculous thought, to be honest.
Got some questions in chat as well. Oh my god! Ignore the Jebro bot. I'm just gonna ban that guy. If you're in chat, then just make sure you do that. There is no gem giveaway going on at the moment. Oh my good lord. So just ignore that, because that's some random who's made up a name. So the game is actually coming to a slow finish at the moment. Tage,
well, it's 1:30, I think. I actually don't believe we're going to see any more points coming into this.
I don't think so.
Well, maybe a couple of points for the red team, and as they managed to get a pretty good lockdown here of Lord Asura. Damage, he's on half HP, and then the assistance comes in from Tage. No, from Rom, actually, from side, so he's basically back up. Oh, next knockback, and now they want the kill on Abs. Lord Asura on the point fast enough. Nothing coming in, 1 minute left on the clock. It's impossible now for the red team to win, but I still think it's gonna be 100 point difference.
Okay, what's the score, Nick? In 45 seconds. Come on, let's do this. We get the highest amount of viewers of a weekly cup that we've had for a while, and we have the most random tournament. No, not the most random tournament. Just like that. But
blue team took a capture point.
Oh,
they're still not gonna make it to 500.
Steady on, mate. Steady on.
Wait, which one did they take?
I don't know.
Quarry?
No. No,
it's bugged. I can't see it.
It's completely bugged.
Oh, just had a random announcement. I think it might have been the waterfall, actually. No, points are ticking. Points are ticking. 1 point income. Where are these coming from? Oh, there we go. Quarry. The scoreboard has caught up with us as soon as we reach the 15-minute mark, meaning this game is over at a very slow result of 38 to 444. Well, that happened.
Yeah, I mean, it did. And I wasn't laughing at Mr. Dibble getting abused. Don't be nice, guys. In my chat, please. This is my channel. I will ban you if you are abusive. Although there's probably been a bit more abuse than I realise. Okay. So, that was pretty awesome. I'm pretty sure that's what you were going to say.
No, I'm kind of on a similar level.
Okay.
Completely fascinated by this. And unbelievably bored.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I agree with you on one of those factors, but I'm not gonna say which one.
Come on, it's still kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. I feel like in fact, I think these guys just need to get a full-on DPS team. Just do it. Go for the full-on damage and nail it. You'll be good.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what has to happen here. Some crazy setup from the red side now. We have the Argineer. That looks fairly standard. Oh no, wait, what? Rune of the Adventurer.
Oh, okay.
Power condition. So basically the Sally rune.
I mean, we're going for, Celestial there with the Rune of the Adventurer, so when you use a heal skill, you gain 50% endurance. He's also got the speedy kits as well, so he's getting a lot of vigor back, actually, so that's not too bad. I mean,
what did you want with condition damage?
Not really
Go
sure.
static discharge, go.
Yeah, I mean, static discharge would be absolutely perfect.
Then I wanted Berserker Staff Alley.
Berserker Staff Early, or just go for Fresh Air. Then we go DPS Guardian, which we already have. Absalom Executioner. Guys, what kind of DPS builds do you want to see in the ESL Weekly Cup? Let's think of some crazy ass stuff that you can just get involved with and have some fun. We've got close to 600 viewers here on the ESL Weekly Cup. I'm not sure how that happened. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Make sure you follow to have a chance of winning a gem code, which will come up after this stream has ended, potentially after this game, as we wait for the rest of the team members to get moving. Let's get to something else then.
Did anyone big host us, or is it just the attraction of complete randomness?
Nope, it's been slowly building, I think. I don't remember seeing a host.
Okay, so what is the answer of the red team?
Yeah, 5 Power Rangers.
4 warriors. No, 5 warriors. 5 Sharper warriors. 5 battle standards in total. A total of 15 shouts.
Look at your maths there, Nick. You're doing a great job. Don't ever forget that, mate.
Oh, damn. That compliment almost made me sad.
Did you cry? Did you get upset? Thank you.
Little.
I'm sorry. Next time. Let's have a look at
okay, we have Pump Rump on the same build.
We have Alucard on the same build. We have Argineer, who's the only one who's changed to a build which might not be as useful as I think the last one might be.
Okay, with the...
I don't believe I'm saying.
With this map, we at least have a potential complete switch with Tranquility. But I don't think we're ever going to see Tranquility actually happen. I don't think we're ever going to see any buff actually happen. It's going to be Stillness standing until this game ends.
I think it would be more exciting to see, like, Juggernauts. Rampage, sorry. All 5 running Rampage. I'm actually going to suggest it.
Bro, Stones!
Can you all run Rampage, please? At least I suggested it.
I'll add it, please.
Oh no! This is going to be interesting. Okay, right, so Argineer is thinking about, although I think he was just trolling in chat, about running Elixir S, which actually would have been quite nice. You know, it's a shame those changes haven't come in yet, because that AoE Moa on 5 Shoutbow Warriors would be so epic.
Oh.
How fun
By the
would
way,
that be?
do we know how long that's going to be in AoE Moa 8? Duration?
Sorry?
Do we know the duration of that yet? How OP is it really?
I don't know. I think it's very much still a work in process, so it's not too bad.
I want AoE Basilisk Venom.
Okay, so we're just waiting for these guys to ready up at the moment. Please be kind to each other in the chats. I have the ban hammer. I have my mods ready. Don't be cheeky.
The ban hammer.
As we wait for these guys to come back into the game, just thinking about the map and where we're going to see most of the action.
Jebro has his ban hammer, but no hammer on the side of Rom's not going to jail. Oh, that segue. Oh, unbelievable. So, I'm still a bit sad that we don't see any changes on the side of damn, what was it? I forgot the name and I don't have the overlay to look. Daredevil. I didn't look. I remembered. I do have a memory. But again, really, I think if a tranquility happens, that can completely switch it. Kind of no matter what situation you're in. If you get the 3 cap afterwards, that's going to stay with you for a while. If you don't do something kind of unwise. So 1 tranquility going over to the red team could win them the game.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the main problem they're going to have, isn't it? They really need to... well, I think we're seeing... There we go. Arjun is running that Elixir X. Good man. So that's going to be useful for getting people off node.
It's definitely going to be a 3-point split again from Robinson going to jail.
100%.
There's just nothing around that. How will...
They should just go for 2 caps, focus their damage while they're trying to go for 3, try and get one of the warriors down early. That, in my opinion,
they
would
should
be the best
4-man rush and try and stealth up, 4-man rush and try to find a warrior on his own.
If they can,
let's see if they do that.
We're fairly successful. Let's go over to the red team as we find out what's going on from them. They are going to start stealthing, moving 3 members over towards the far point at the moment. We are going to see Amsterdam on that note alone. So we're going to jump into Abs as we see the engage here. Actually, might... Yep, now we're just going to get that nice... Oh, we're going to see him not taken down low at all. We didn't see the engage coming up from Zorado, obviously significantly slower. Amsterdam is going to escape here. They're just probably try and get the kill, guys. Zorado just move off node and get that kill as soon as possible would be lovely. But just as Amsterdam does that, we are going to see the support coming in from a Lady Asura there. It just comes into the auto.
What happened to that 3-man engage, at least?
We saw people going back over towards the mid, unfortunately. They just wanted to, I think they just wanted to even up the fights as soon as possible. We actually see the Elementalist above at the moment. Pump Rump's going to try and rain down some support and damage onto that node as Alucard is going to bunker it up fully. So that point's not going to be taken anytime soon.
Frostbow.
Abs has gone down as well over on the altar as well. It's actually, again, the problem with the cleave is the cleave is okay, but you know, it's not a lot of burst coming onto that corpse. They can't take him down that quickly, and Zorado is going to jump into the downstate as well. The cleave that was taking Abs down actually dropped Zorado down quite low as well. So we are going to see the early cap there over on the altar. Sorry, not early, as we're 4 minutes into the game, but earlier than you may have thought in the first place. Alucard quite low himself down at the mid.
So with this setup, as we've seen that right now, if you abandon the 3-man engage and do not try and go for the quick kill, which okay, you want to keep everything neutral, but then at least composition your setups in those 2v2s and 1v1s for a sustained game. I mean, there's then again the question: can you really win a sustained game against warriors and against shoutbows? But the matchup of a thief and a meditation warrior against 2 shoutbows, that's just not going to happen.
I mean, good job from Alucard there. You know, he could kite around.
Meditation Guardian. Did I say warrior? I feel like I said warrior.
I don't know. I don't think so, Nick.
It doesn't matter.
I think this game is, I think the last 2 games and tonight's cup overall has been an extremely random experience. Yeah. And we're kind of a bit lost for words and what is going on here. And the free cap has been reached by Rom's not going to jail. And this is going to be very tough for the red team to try and come back into this and get them off the nodes. Other than if, of course, they go for Tranquility, but we've still got a while till that happens. Stillness comes up in about 30 seconds as well. So hopefully we're going to be able to see that grabbed by the red team so that Rom's not going to jail. Don't pick up the extra points there. Red team still struggling to get a kill, let alone anything else here on the map. They are going to potentially get this decap though as the Elixir S pop comes up from Al Janir. It's a good idea to have that on the node actually, but unfortunately that's going to run out before he's able to get the decap there, so he's going to start to bail and leave the point, but just getting that heal off before he does. Maybe thinking about coming back in to get the decap as he tries to pull off Tage from the node with that toolkit number 5 there, that magnet pull, but unfortunately not getting anything out of that. Tage ain't going to fall for that in close range, mate, that's for sure.
We see the channel. It's not going to happen. Zerota on the side just with the auto attacks, interrupting Lady Asura as he tries to get that stillness buff. So that is going to be contested as well, spreading both teams even thinner. And I think with that, Rom's not going to jail is really coming out ahead. So
just a bit.
the one benefit that I see on this map specifically for the red team is that there are a lot of portal points. On Forfire you just have these straight up, you can run from point to point, and there the mobility, you benefit much more from the straight up mobility and the jump of a Shoutbow warrior. But here you have a couple of ports you can take advantage of, so we might be able to see a tricky decap of that, or maybe even pump rump.
I mean, I hope so.
Although, no, pump rump doesn't have flash. It's a cane shield and frostbow.
He doesn't have flash. He has lightning flash.
Oh damn! Yes, I'm blind.
It's the only one he's not used. Oh, he's just used it. Is that there's some potential from these guys though, because I know that these guys are actually, you know, they're pretty good players, but it's a difficult actual team to come up against and do a lot against. You know, saw that nice swirling winds coming out from Pump Rump, just going over their builds quickly because we have seen some change ups. Of course, he's going for Scepter Focus, so he's going for some fresh air. So we've seen the damage potentially trying to come out from these guys. He did survive there for longer than I expected. Alucard as well. I mean, let's just double check his full build. He's going for still for full Shoutbow warrior. Zerado is sitting around over in the spawn at the moment. So they've pretty much given up at the moment.
And Abs went for Panic Strike, and we're not gonna see a 0 points loss here, as Alucard picks up the cap over on that altar.
Right, so the GG has been given up by the red team actually, because I think they knew that that was pretty much going to happen. And congratulations to Rom's not going to jail for playing
for that. That's okay. I kind of want to see them do it against a team like TCG or Salt, because I want to see if they can pull it off as well.
I agree completely. I think that'd be quite interesting. I mean, we're actually seeing the team still going for the buffs here. Zerado's still AFK in the base, so we're actually gonna just, instead of finishing the game off, we're just gonna jump back into the cams because they've won the game. So, guys, we're back with you.
You could also game end because GG has been called, right?
Yeah, true. I think Rom wants to get these tranquility buff.
or yeah.
So, thank you very much, guys, for joining us this evening in what has been a very interesting ESL Guild Wars 2 Weekly Cup here in the EU. Congratulations again to Rom's not going to jail for picking up that win, and also to Daredevil for getting into the final in the first place. And we haven't seen them play before, or we've seen them maybe once. I've seen different varying guys coming into this team and into this cup while they go for. And so happy to see those guys entering.
Oh, damn.
Happy to see 8 teams entering. And why are you saying that?
I just saw something in chat that kind of makes me dread going into Team Q in the next couple of days.
What was
because
that then?
if this kind of makes the rounds, we're just gonna have only shout bows, only everywhere, everyone everywhere, nothing else.
So Shoutbow is going to become the new disliked
turret
class,
NG.
the new
Yeah.
turret NG in Guild Wars 2. Let's not talk about that. That just makes me sad. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us tonight. We had close to 6